With you from the booth, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis. CDR matchup here. A couple of teams last year that were really pretty similar. Both under 500, both missed the playoffs, and they both think that they can turn things around in 2019.
Yeah, how about 2018, though? A case of the haves and the have-nots. In 16-game seasons in the NFL, for the first time last year, no one finished 8-8. Now, you know that in baseball, basketball, other sports, turnarounds can take 3, 4, 5 years. In football, could just be a few months.
They were Super Bowl opponents twice in the 80s, and they're back at it here. The Bengals and Niners are underway. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. San Francisco's offense, led by Jimmy Garoppolo, taking the field here for the first time. And week one, they got the victory. They went across the country to Tampa Bay. Very hot in Tampa, but they got the 31-17 victory. Garoppolo, I guess what you would call a game manager type of game. 18-27, 166, and a touchdown.
Yeah, threw a pick to Vernon Hargreaves on an out route that turned into a pick six. But other than that, as you said, managed the game okay. I think the biggest surprise for me, Tampa Bay as a home team knew it would be about 1,000 degrees. Here comes San Francisco, nice temperate climate, coming across the country, and they let them wear white. Tampa wore their darker uniform. I was surprised by that. Normally in September, Tampa wears white at home and puts the onus on the visitors. They changed it up, and it didn't work.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Garoppolo. Coleman has it here right side. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. The defensive starters now for Cincinnati.
Strong safety Sean Williams really bounced back from injuries in previous seasons to post one of the best years of his NFL career. 5 interceptions in 2018, led the league in interception return yards, provides great veteran leadership, and some real thump coming from his spot in the secondary.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Garoppolo to his tight end, Kittle, for a Niner first down. Kittle last year, what a season. 1,377 receiving yards, an NFL record for tight ends en route to his first Pro Bowl. Not bad for the former 5th-round pick. I remember that game, December, against Denver. He had that monster first half, 210 yards. Did not have a single catch in the second half, but still those 210 yards were just 4 yards shy of Shannon Sharp's single-game record for a tight end. Garoppolo finding his tight end, Kittle. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 42.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter.
Here we go.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. On first down, here's Breida. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Big Andrew Billings there on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here we go. Wait, 80. Walk tight. Tight end right.
Throwing on second down. Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 30.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? The linebacker, Preston Brown, there to knock that one away. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Go.
Now Garoppolo. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, it should open up his running game, too. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Andy Dalton, who had a heck of a performance on the road against a tough Seattle defense, brings out the Bengals offense here. But let's talk about that Week 1 game, 21-20. Yes, a loss on the road at Seattle. I get that. But, Charles, 35 of 51, 418 yards for Dalton.
A big day against a very tough defense, as you noted, on the road, and with a new head coach in place who's calling the offense for him. So he's adapting quite well without his number 1 target, A.J. Green, who's hurt it this time. So give Andy Dalton a lot of credit. Crossroads-type season for him. Didn't get the win, but he looked darn good.
And those 418 yards that he threw for, the most of any quarterback on Sunday around the NFL. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Here now the offense for the Bengals.
While the Bengals struggled in 2018, running back Joe Mixon certainly did not. Over 1,100 yards running the ball, caught 43 passes. Expect both of those numbers to continue to climb in his years in the NFL.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Now a first carry from Giovanni Bernard. And look at this for the 2nd straight play. The 49er defense drops him for a loss. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
He's got his man here. It's Green. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So we have now seen connection number 1 between Dalton and Adriel Jeremiah, A.J. Green.
Say that again?
Adriel Jeremiah.
Look at you. You are full of knowledge and information. And you know something? I bet Andy Dalton learned his full name as well because he figured out quickly, this is going to be my number 1 target. I got to know this guy in a big way.
Hey, watch the ball.
On first down, Bernard takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
The tackle by D. Ford. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 50-yard line. That's the end of the first quarter with the score
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch the ship.
From midfield here, Dalton. Going for the deep ball. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now a play fake here on first down. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Here we go.
Garoppolo hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. That'll be complete to Breida. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Garoppolo now. And this one complete to Levine Toilolo. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
Here we go.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. Gets this one left side to Pettis. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 23 yards on the play. Well, Pettis is quickly becoming the #1 receiving option for Jimmy Garoppolo. Into last year, John Lynch said that they loved the way he closed the season. Really came on late. Remember, this is a guy that they traded up to get at number 44 back in 2018 out of the University of Washington.
Here we go.
Garoppolo in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. It's been all passing all the time on this drive. 5 for 5, and now 1st and goal.
Feels like a case of until they stop us, we might as well keep running the offense that we like to run. Don't change up and do something different just because you think you need to.
Here we go.
49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the...
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin there to make the grab. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cincinnati getting the ball back here. Yeah, we discussed what Andy Dalton did week 1 against Seattle. Now, they didn't have A.J. Green. Joe Mixon missed much of the game, Charles. He exited with an ankle injury. John Ross, though, was excellent at wide receiver.
Boy, was he ever. Would you say there's been a sighting of John Ross?
Big time.
Because his rookie year, there was discussion about him going back to his first position in college, which was cornerback. But in this game, he's announced he's going to stay at receiver. 7 catches, 158 yards, 2 touchdowns. His previous high in his career, 3 catches for 52 yards.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Jason Verrett, he'll get the sack as he provides the heat off the corner.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. So Dalton now. Green's got it over the middle. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
'49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So on fourth down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Back deep, Trent Taylor. It's taken to the 26. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Set to take over again here on offense, Jimmy G and the 49ers. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Well, Charles, as we peek back to week 1, what would you say were the positives for some teams or individuals that you took away?
Well, it started on opening night, Green Bay, and their defense. Not necessarily Aaron Rodgers and what they did going into Chicago and winning. Kansas City, they picked right up where they left off with Patrick Mahomes. Explosive on offense. How about Baltimore and Lamar Jackson? He's not just a single-wing tailback, folks. He's a quarterback. And Tennessee, going into Cleveland, Marcus Mariota, Derrick Henry put up 43 points on the Browns.
Garoppolo now, 14 out of 17, 82%, and it's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Right there on the coverage was the safety, Jesse Bates. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Here we go, here we go. 180! I don't think you got it, son.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. The Niners on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Garoppolo looks to throw. Coleman has it here right side. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And Gold is able to put it through, and that'll push the lead up to 13-0. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
54, Mike 54. Watch the slant.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Dalton. And Green with a catch left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. That'll bring up second down. The partner, I want to revisit week one. I got your positive takeaways from the first week of the NFL season. How about the bad stuff?
Well, let's pump the brakes a little bit on the Super Bowl celebration in Cleveland.
Yeah.
They have to win some games first, and maybe now that's the best thing that could have happened to them. Maybe they can settle in because that's a good roster.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So the sack, and now it's third and long for Dalton and the Bengals.
Double dog, that's the way.
Dalton here from the gun. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Gets it to his running back, Bernard. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To throw again on second down. Dalton. That's complete. Bernard. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. This will be Dalton again. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 25-yard line. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Andy Dalton now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Dalton off play action. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Dalton picked off by another Horned Frog, Jason Verrett. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And bulldozing his way through. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go. Ready? Check. 59. You better bring it. You better bring it.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Well, at some point during this broadcast, we had to bring up the Antonio Brown saga, and that moment is right now. I got to get your thoughts. I've got to get you on the record. What do you think of all this?
Well, when you go back to Oakland, and you know about my relationships with the head coach and the general manager there, but putting that aside, one, never would have made the deal for him. I just never saw him as a guy that was going to go from place to place and be the influence that you want in a locker room, and that proved to be true in Oakland. Now he gets a new start, kind of a fresh start, to put it mildly, in New England, and they seem to be all on board with that. But that has to be the one team that can take him because they have a head coach there that if he doesn't do what the head coach wants, he actually will get rid of him. If he went to another team, they would try and continue to make it work, and that might grind down a team in a locker room, but that won't happen in New England. So if he's still there, that means it's working well. Otherwise, he'll be out of there fast.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Had to pass there, third and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for third and short, because when it's third and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Tackles. Hey, watch that. Check right, 54.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And it's third down.
Brings up third down and 11.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Boyd. And he's going to be taken down at the 39. Clear yards. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Bengals going for it. Here's Dalton. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
Here we go. Left 80! Set hut! Screen! Pass!
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Goodwin. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a 1st down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching in Atlanta, our apologies.
Here we go. Like 20! 52 the mic. All day, baby. All day.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Nick Vigil charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. Now Garoppolo lost the football. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
All right, let's see what Dalton can do after the fumble recovery. Green with a catch left side. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal 1st down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Here's Dalton looking for his running back, and he's got him. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To throw here, Dalton. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Boyd. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 17-yard line. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Here's Dalton on the screen. Bernard. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you've got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way to go against them and try and get some points on the board.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Quan Alexander in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. And he's going to go down again. Nick Bosa in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
So once again, they dial up the pressure and get home and get a sack. It brings up a 3rd and long, but it's really not an unmakeable one, especially considering they just gave up back-to-back sacks.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Dalton. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And maybe a final chance to get on the scoreboard here. This is 4th and goal. They'll try to pass on 4th down. Dalton. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And that'll make it 13-7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 52, come on. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Garoppolo gives to Breida. Pushing his way through. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. 27 yards there, a first down.
It's always been funny to me, Brandon, when coaches always talk about on hot days like the one we have here. Oh, it's hot for both teams. But when one team has the advantage, when one team is running the ball really well and closing things out, it's hotter for the defensive side, and they sag a lot quicker.
Yeah, they say the dog days of August, the heat we're seeing here today, dog days of September, and the advantage right now on the offensive side.
Here we go.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Garoppolo. This one to Bourne out on the left side. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Now Garoppolo and the Niners will come up and go for 2. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So now Dalton and the Bengals down by 12. Exactly 1 minute remaining. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Dalton, 1st and 10. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down. First down now, but that clock rolling.
54. Mike 54.
The first down throw coming for Dalton. Wide open receiver complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and 2.
Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on second and inches. Passing, it's Dalton. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart.
They'll take over first and
10. Here we go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes.
on the keeper. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the 19-yard line.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the one touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This is the type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Cincinnati.